The enthusiasm has to come from association with devotees, but sometimes association with devotees has different levels, because we're not just religious followers, we're also humans. We're people, we have heart, we have mind, we have ideas, we have personalities, we're very individual. So if we can not just being believers of some kind of a church members, if we become friends, if we become a team, if we become a group of people that are capable of doing something, that's very wonderful. Because a lot of people, they just go to church on Sunday and they think that's my personal life, it's my church life. And, you know, some people get involved in the church, but when we are not just a church members, we are a team of people, believers, and whatever we believe, we also translate these ideas into the real world. So that was my goal. So let's say if we have a ashram or temple, you know, it has to be something unique, not just because people go there for praying. It's also unique because there are unique people with unique way of life. So I can show you our temple. So you see, it's pretty amazing. And here's our devotees coming, they're loading. You see here we have mango trees. And important that by our temple, we have beautiful deities. And we have all these natural tulsi trees that are growing over here. And you see all these tulsis, they're all growing around our temple. Pretty amazing, right? So you have all the tulsi trees, and we have all the arches that become green. That's why it's like a green temple. And sometimes you have to cut the green, but it's pretty amazing. This environment is very green. And right now the deities are taking rest. But look, over a few years, our walls become green and we have lotus flowers naturally. And we have a couple of houses and incredible flowers, tropical flowers, Malati, Madhavi, and all these little caves and studio. And again, tulsi plants. It's pretty amazing. So all of this has been created by a team of dedicated devotees. So they work together, they make money, they donate, they participate, and look, lotus flowers. Amazing, right? Tulsi is beautiful trees. And look how many fruits we have. Cup. Look, we have Malati flowers. And here all fruits, like hundreds of fruits. Incredible sweet taste. Unbelievable sweet. We have very exotic trees. Look, like this tree has like a very special flowers like this. So I have banyan tea. All this stuff is amazing. And it's we start here about 10 years ago with nothing. And now we have beautiful ashram. We have production studio, art studio. We have devotees that do service here, that work on projects. From here, we do international art projects, etc. And you see, we used to have a couple motorcycles. Now we got a bunch of cars. We have a garage, laboratory, sound rooms, video editing studios. Here is Ramaditi. She's a software developer. L. Prabhu Anandamai and her sister. You guys ready? Okay. And all these exotic plants, trees. This place looks like a paradise. It is a paradise. And, you know, still in paradise, you have to work. So many, many nice environments. So we dig a pond. We made, see, we're constantly upgrading designs of the garden. And we're making fish ponds with the koi fish. Very nice. So the reason I'm showing all these things to you, because when I came to Srila Govinda Maharaj, I felt that Guru Maharaj gave us incredible philosophy. But the real question is, how do we live by this philosophy? How do we accept this philosophy? How does philosophy become part of our daily life and service? And how we participate to make the world embrace this philosophy in a way we would feel that we've done something for it. Okay, being practitioner of Krishna consciousness is very wonderful, but really the whole Krishna consciousness begins from association of devotees, participation in divine service, and it's also you know, part of our network. So here's a member of our art team, Ram Lakshman.
Krishna gang, God bless. Hare Krishna, guys. Jai Hanuman, all that good stuff. Love you guys, you know. For my devotees, Korean heart. I'm sorry, guys.
All right.
What do you want me to do?
Get ready. Okay. All right, I'm in a program. Ekadashi, Vasudha, Ram Lakshman. See, everybody participate in ashram. Like Ekadashi, she's our doctor. She's the head of our mental institution.
I am the patient.
Ram Lakshman is a patient, but she's also art director, artist. And Vasudha is local Thai person. She's helping us.
Whoa. More than that. Beautiful lady.
Yeah.
A devotee, a transcendental soul.
Yeah.
And all that.
Okay. She's my Madam President. So our ashram run by women, and women are management power, like Haridasya. Ananga, she's our president. See, we don't have problem to elect women as leaders because they're like mothers. They take care of our properties, they take care of our devotees, and they're very common sense. They don't have ego trips, they're hardworking. And see, that's a constant work which is going on in ashram. And we have, you know, many places and land we want to develop. And we have beautiful, beautiful flowers, beautiful, beautiful lemons growing here, beautiful trees. This tree is very amazing. It's giving blue, red, and yellow flowers. So it's changing colors of flowers. And we have some like other houses, and we have some more undeveloped land, which we want to develop into something very nice. So as you can understand, I mean, the reason I'm showing these things to you, not only because I'm very proud, but I'm showing you what can be done if a group of enthusiastic people will get together and start working together towards success. And we also have ashrams like this all over the world, in India, in Italy, and Russia, Ukraine. Of course, Russia and Ukraine now a little bit difficult, but that's something we've been doing for many, many years. Like in Russia, I think in 25 years, we opened 8 ashrams. Not too many people everywhere, but they're dedicated. They're worshiping the deities. They're doing daily programs. They're doing, every ashram has its own thing to specialize on. We have some agricultural community. They're doing permaculture, agriculture, some retreat, yoga places that specialize in receiving guests. And, summer season in Crimea. And, Govindaland, beautiful ashram, beautiful cultural center in Kiev, and more. And that's because devotees want to do something together, and they want to serve Krishna, they want to serve Guru, and they're very excited about being, part and give their energy, life energy. Like some devotees here, like, let's say Manjari, she's like a doctor, and she dedicates herself for like help with the ashram. And sometimes when devotees fighting between themselves, which happens sometimes, we see that every time devotees losing faith and start fighting, it becomes really, really bad. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to build trust, build faith, compassion, forgiveness, because we're all imperfect humans. So we're not trying to go too much with the guru cult, because rather guru cult, we're trying to develop spiritual culture where we're all brothers and sisters, and maybe some senior devotees, some junior devotees. But really our intention is to serve our gurus, to serve our teachers, and to propagate congregational chanting of holy names, and as well as teachings of Vaishnava philosophy. So that's something we are very happy to participate, and something we believe that will be super beneficial. So I can give you some life witness experience in some of our American devotees. Oh. Do you know where Rupa is? Okay. Come to see them. So we're just about to leave ashram for hot springs, but the reason I'm not doing this today, very philosophical program, because I know you all heard philosophy, you all like the philosophy. I also think sometimes heart-to-heart association and give you an opportunity to see what's possible to create by a group of dedicated people. It's very, very important, because that's where belief comes from. That's what Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. When Srila Govinda Maharaj, he built Chaitanya Saraswat Mat around Srila Guru Maharaj. It was a place which were able to receive some great fortunate souls from all over the world. And as us, as members of Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, it's very important to be part of that community and provide service, because the real Chaitanya Saraswat Mat is our gurus. And the service to our gurus is something that's moving us forward. Hey, Ram. Why don't you guys say, why don't you say your impression? You just visit the mat here. What's your impression? Tell who you are, where you come from, come in light.
Okay. I'm Vinodini. I came here from Salt Lake City. I don't know, Lama is beautiful here, and the devotees are very sweet. And
So what do you found different at this place than other places? And what do you like about why did you come here? Why did you? What's unique about this place? Give them a scope. Oh, look at the camera.
I can help. Listen, guys, it's a place like nowhere else. Okay, beautiful weather, beautiful sights, great people, great energy. Genuinely, very, very. Like, I don't want to say this word, but auspicious place. It's a little cheesy, but I really do love it here. I think everybody else here, devotees, enjoy it. You know, they treat us so well here. They're giving me all kinds of protection necklaces. This one's from protects me from being shot by bullets. This Garuda, I can jump from the 30th floor and I'll be fine. I don't know what this is, but they tell me it's magic stick. Yes. And so, you know, if you come here, you'll definitely get magic stick and you'll get a lot of, no, jokes aside, guys, it's a beautiful place and just a lot of cool people, everybody working. I don't know if she's saying something, I can't hear, but come here, guys. Come to us. We welcome you.
Hi, I'm Rupa from Moscow, and I actually was initiated by Swami Avadhut. He gave me this name, Anantarupa. It was here in Chiang Mai, like in 2018, and now I'm here again, like very amazing place. A lot of changes from 2018. Now it is like a big temple with Radha, Govinda, Sundar, and Gauranga Mahaprabhu deities, and actually 2 Girirajars. Back in the days, 5 years ago, it was just Giriraj, and it was like located in the building with the devotees with Prasadam Hall, and now it's like in a separate, very beautiful building, amazing programs every morning, every evening, great lighting, great wind blow, like it's not too hot in the temple. So yeah, very nice place. A lot of actually fruits are growing straight in this garden, like how it's called, this like lychee, but it's not lychee.
Oh, it's not rambutan. I think it is lychee actually.
Yeah, kind of lychee fruits. Like now it's the season is coming, so it's like thousands, I don't know, maybe it's like few tons growing right now.
Yeah,
like
it's crazy.
even we can't eat them all, so
come and help us eat them.
yeah. Also jackfruits are like huge, straight out of this. We use them in preparing like koga for the deities. So yeah, kind of like heaven. But of course there are some dangerous parts in this heaven paradise, like snakes, scorpions, and different like temptations. Yeah, so Swami used to say that when you get to the better quality of life, your asceticism must grow also. Like, for example, you can chant more rounds, do more seva, like try not to fall into enjoyment, because you know, the better the place, the higher the desires of doing something for yourself, not for Krishna, not for Guru. So my dandavat to everybody. Hare Krishna.
All right. Anyway, so thank you for chance of connecting with all the devotees here. See, we have different young group of people. We have a little bit older group of people, but we're all working together. So even having fun together, and that's not because of age. It's because of the spirit, the spirit of service. Are we going? Он что, у меня в комнате сидит? Okay. Anyway, so that's what we are working on, and Just that's what I want to share with you. Anyway, anybody has any questions or comments?
Yes, Maharaj, we had question from Lakshman Prabhu from Kiev.
The question is about uncomfortable
I
position.
will read
You
this
often
question
say
in
that in
Russian, it will
our
be more
spiritual
comfortable.
practice we need to
Вопрос
take
о
uncomfortable
неудобном
position
положении.
and
Часто
try
вы
to
говорите,
find some
что мы
comfort in
должны в
it.
духовной практике занять
How
неудобное
to
положение и
understand
найти
this?
в нем
Can it
какой-то
be,
плюс.
for example,
Как это
standing
трактовать?
on
Можно ли это делать
nails?
через гвоздистояние
Or it
или
should be
через
some
йогу,
very complicated
сложные асаны,
yogish
развивать
asana
свое
position, or
такое
how
духовное
to
развитие
develop
через
this?
неудобное положение?
How to
Как
do
это
it
правильно
proper
делать?
through uncomfortable position?
To show you, we have many koi fish, golden fish in our pond. Well, somebody have to understand that tapasya means to achieve power through certain activities such as physical exercise or non-breathing or non-eating, where you regulate your senses and you direct your body and mind towards achieving cosmic energy. When it comes to devotional service, the devotional service is not a tapasya where you're trying to achieve any specific position or power, is where your position and power come from service of Krishna. And for service of Krishna, you serve the devotees, the deities of Krishna, holy name. So you're not just doing some kind of a yoga posture. In fact, what you do is much, much more subtle. You're adjusting your ego and your mind to become servant of Krishna. And by that power of service, you're being transformed. So in yoga, mystic yoga, you might be transformed on some physical or mental level, but in spiritual practice, you're transformed by a consciousness, divine consciousness, and you become eligible to live in spiritual world. And spiritual world is your real, true home. See, Thailand is beautiful, but the reason this is going on here because of the temple and the deities and devotees. So we have to learn how to appreciate devotional service. And in general, you know, in order to achieve something in this world, you have to be lucky, you have to be fortunate, you have to be smart, you have to be in the right place, right time, and the right place. But, you know, sometimes you have to do the hard work. But in Krishna consciousness, it's all the same. You have to be the right place, the right time. You have to be fortunate. You have to do hard work. But also in Krishna consciousness, it has to be mercy of Krishna and Vaishnavas. So it's very important that you understand that your ability to serve, it's not your physical qualifications or mental or your skills. It's your fortune and mercy of Krishna that you can serve, you know, devotees, you can serve Guru, you can serve Vaishnava, and that service is giving you an incredible advancement. So Krishna say, on this path, there's no loss. In Bhagavad Gita, he explains that there's nothing to lose in this path because, you know, Arjuna is asking him, what if I don't complete? What if I don't become perfect in one life? But Krishna say, don't worry. One who's going by path of devotion will continue his divine path. That means the divine memories of Krishna and faith will be preserved and life after life after life. You know, we may lose all our material possessions and our physical memories, but our spiritual possessions and spiritual memories will always be with us in form of faith. It's very important for us to understand that what we're doing right now is not just trying to survive in this world and become survivalists, or we're the eco community of vegans or vegetarians. No, we are actually doing something which is eternally benefiting our soul. And we're doing something which is called the toppest stage of human evolution, because it says in scriptures, Dharmena hinu pashumi samano. We are evolving through the process of evolution to the highest position, where the soul becomes enriched by Krishna consciousness and has direct connection with Supreme Lord. There's nothing higher than that. So so-called intellectuals or scientists, they can play with their mind and juggle with their intellect and, have some limited perception what reality is better than everybody else. But to have connections with Supreme Divine Lord and Absolute, you can only have by power of Krishna consciousness. And that's where we here. So although we're not the smartest guys in the world or not the richest guys in the world, but we can say we're the most fortunate people in the world that we got connect with this Supreme Lord and his devotees. And that is actually okay. So they're calling me now, and so we have to just leave land. And
Maharaj, can ask Janavaprana Prabhu, he has question to you.
Sure, of course.
Dandavad Maharaj,
Prabhu. Можете
Dandavad
включить микрофон?
devotees.
Вас слышно.
Arjuna came on Govardhan, and today doing seva, I had a question, and Arjuna had his own answer, and he asked me to ask this question to you, Maharaj. He thought that this question is very interesting, and the question is learning the Vaishnava's philosophy, opening the new prosper of vision, some new mystic perspective, and this philosophy is very deep. But in some moment there is inside such a feeling, such request that our soul wants to have connection with God. And the question is how it should be, which contact it should be with God, how to make this connection, this dialogue with God, how it should be. Should I ask for something, or it should be some gratitude, my thankfulness to God? So should I just go and speak around how good is everything arranged by God? So how it should be? So in which format, in which way I should have dialogue with God?
I think the question was, how can we have from theoretical relationship, philosophical relationship with God, to come to practical relationship to God? Well, interestingly, Arjuna was practically friend of Krishna. And Krishna asked him just to kill everybody for him. And Arjuna kind of happy did it. But Krishna did not make an Arjuna terrorist. In fact, it says in scriptures, when Arjuna killed all these people, he actually liberated them by will of Krishna. So his arrows were the arrows of liberation. And because those people were not all of them were bad. Actually, some of them were quite good, actually, but they just chosen the wrong side. So if you ever see serial Breaking Bad, you realize that if you're a good guy, but you're choosing the wrong side, you might have to go to the chain reaction of bad consequences, bad situation. So think of this. There's so many good people in this world, but they chosen the wrong side, the side of Maya or side of which is not the side of Krishna. Some of them willingly become demons, and some of them, just like us, you and I, they're like looking for left or right. So when we're talking about constant demons that chosen be against God, be against Krishna, they're pretty good actually. They're doing very well. And Krishna giving this chance to succeed, and they're very successful in the world of matter because Krishna wants them to kind of like be like a filter, because they're like magnet attracted bad souls. So if you are, let's say, if you have criminal tendency, instead of you keeping you in neutral position, you rather join the criminal gang, then eventually very soon you will get your that может сдать мне класс, кричите. So eventually you join the gang and then you are defined as a criminal. It would be much worse than criminal would be just hiding amongst normal people. And so-called normal people, they're not really normal. None of us normal. If they don't join the Krishna side, they will be influenced of the negative, because see, everybody's fighting for your brain. The Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everybody want to suck you into their agenda. So if you don't join the divine army, the devotees association, you will be naturally drifting towards materialism and atheism. And there's a good word which would make very clear essence called degradation. So you gradually will degrade. And so degradation means, different style of degradation: moral, spiritual, conscious, and finally, you'll pay the price of degradation. But even if you're most degraded person and you're most fallen person, but if you are just like right now, you're taking shelter of Govardhan, you're trying to serve Avadhut Maharaj, you're trying to serve devotee, that's where your relationship with Krishna begins. It's not just theory. You're practically living at Govardhan, you're practically doing some service, maybe cooking or cleaning. And Krishna, Govardhan is there. You still cannot see him yet because you don't have a proper vision yet. But you're moving towards devotional service. And maybe your devotional service right now will karma or jnana, theoretical knowledge. So
Yes, Maharaj, we hear you.
Yes. So your connection, real true connection with Krishna already begin here at Govardhan. And you may not really understand this. So like, think of this in Vrindavan, people who live in Vrindavan, Krishna's family, sometimes they don't understand they're dealing with God. Not only they don't understand, they don't really like any other position. They don't want to deal with Krishna as God. They want to deal with him as a friend, as a lover, as a son. That's their attitude. So that's where your relationship with Krishna will be also, mysterious, even in spiritual world. So don't try to enforce this relationship on Krishna. Have Krishna reveal himself to you when you'll be ready. When you will be ready, Krishna will definitely reveal himself to you. Remember, Krishna does not like uncooked pizza. Krishna will cook you and make you rape and make you the best taste as possible. Because if you are not prepared spiritually to receive Krishna's relationship, that will not be beneficial for Krishna, will not be beneficial for you. So don't think like, oh, I need to experience love of Krishna as soon as possible. No, that means you're not ready for it. Think like this: I'm fallen soul. I try to do my service at the proper time. I'm sure Krishna will reveal his mercy. Right now, I may be not ready for millions of life. It's okay, no problem. I'm preparing to do millions of life, simple menial service, with hope that one day I'll see lotus feet of Krishna. will give this when you don't have internal treasure, you're trying to hustle things, you're trying to enforce things because you don't have nothing inside. But once you have something even small inside, you know you have something real inside. Just like money, like, you know, if you know I have some money in my pocket, I'm maybe not millionaire or billionaire, but I can afford something. So like this, and always try to invest your faith, invest your fortune into acquiring more fortune. Like when you've done service, don't say, hey, I've done service, let me now go enjoy. No, you can say, okay, I've done some great service. I hope Krishna accepted and devotee accepted. Okay, I'll enjoy a little bit. My nature is to enjoy, but I'll try to more enjoy with Krishna consciousness. And as I take a little rest, I'll try to do some more service. So try to do this every day, consistent. Chant holy name, hear about Krishna, do something for devotees, maybe even small. And just by doing this every day, by baby steps, you will move forward. That's very important. They try to do big service and then they fast remuneration for their service. It doesn't work this way. Krishna remunerates himself. So Krishna can give you money or enjoyment, but that's in the hands of karma. Krishna wants to remunerate with his own self. That means when Krishna wants to remunerate you, he gives you more association opportunity for serving and working with devotees. Show this be with devotees, support devotees, love devotees, and be part of the devotional team. However, you may say, well, I'm in my little town. I'm not here, not there. Think of this. You're fortunate soul. Try to remain in Krishna consciousness. Even if you are right now alone, that means Krishna put you in the best situation for you, that you have to have some hunger and expectation. So sometimes you can go to India or you can go to Vaishnava festival and enjoy with devotees. Sometimes you can go to like local temple, even ISKCON temple, just to have that program. But remember, if you're not ready for it, too much Hare Krishna will not work for you in favor. Too much chanting will not give you benefit. Too much association with devotees will not give you benefit. Like, you have to eat according to hunger. So by developing hunger, you will develop the appetite. And hunger and appetite, they're both friends. So hearing and chanting and hoping and praying Lord Krishna, and whatever Lord Krishna will bestow mercy, is to use this opportunity. Otherwise, if you become too familiar, if you think Krishna Bhakti is too cheap, if you think, oh, I'm such a great advanced soul, I don't need to do anything, I don't need to follow anything, that can create some trouble on spiritual path. So you have to be extra cautious. Life is like war. Don't be premature. Don't make amateur mistakes. That means you have to be under good care of good devotee who mentor you and who help you to go back on track. So that's very important for us to remember. Any other questions? I hope I answered the question.
Maharaj, thank you. I hope Janavaprana Prabhu is happy. And please, dear friends, who want asking Maharaj, you can ask by voice or by text in chat.
One more question, Maharaj. How to find proper position in materialistic duality?
Maharaj, еще
Because constantly
был
you should
вопрос
do
вроде такой, как
some,
найти
you should choose some
правильное
direction
положение
and to accept
в
one or
материальной
another
дуальности.
side,
Вот,
one or
Катя,
another
постоянно
position
ты
in the world
должен
of
делать выбор
duality.
и
So,
принимать ту или иную
which
сторону
is
или
proper
ту
position,
или иную
and
позицию,
how
которую занимать
to keep also
в мире
position in
дуальности. Вот
Krishna
как
consciousness
занять правильное
in
положение
all of
и
that.
оставаться в сознании Кришны в этом всем.
See, so the Guru Maharaj did not like word devotee. He liked word practitioner, which means we all practitioners. See, I'm not some kind of a big guru to tell you how to do everything perfectly. In fact, I'm still learning from my own mistakes and failure more than I'm learning from books. So if I start telling you how to become harmonious, that means like I achieve perfection. I'm kind of a out of space liberated soul, and give you, a bunch of everything. However, you see, even the great souls like Maharaj Janavaprana, Shukadev Goswami, others, they face difficulties. Prahlad Maharaj, it was not cheap, it was not easy. So if somebody tell you, oh, Krishna consciousness, cheap and easy, just, stay home, do nothing, and you'll see God after you die, that sounds like more Christianity or any other religion. What they say, when you die, you see the God. It's a nice scale, like, okay, if you just pray, if you just fast, when you die, you see the God. We don't have that guarantee in our package. What we believe is it's all in Krishna's hands. It's all his mercy and mercy of Guru and Vaishnavas. So if you want to learn different stories and see, go to Srimad Bhagavatam Chaitanya Charitamrita, read it. And you see different characters, you see their flaws, their mistakes, their problems, and you understand compared to your life, like you're not even trying. So that's what my advice. If I start telling you how to balance your life, there's a simple question, like center your life around Krishna. But I've heard one financial advisor, he said, if some financial advisor give you general advice like this, don't pay him for it. Financial advisor is supposed to know exactly what's your situation. Like to billionaire, he can say, okay, you buy these stocks. But if you come to some guy who has nothing to eat, give the same advice as you give to billionaire, it's a good advice, but it doesn't work for this guy. This guy is like looking to survive tomorrow or today. So everyone has unique position in Krishna consciousness. Everybody has unique situation in their life. One thing we can say, the general answer is like you have to center your life about Krishna and Krishna consciousness, like, right? That's what it says in Bhagavad Gita, Yad Jahasyad Atnasiyad Dadasi Tapasiyad. So whatever you do, whatever you offer to me. That's wonderful. But also Krishna says, Sarvadharma Paityajam Mama Kam Sharanam Prajam. At a certain point, that's also useless. So it's a progressive path. Whatever you do in class 1 in school, the class 2, you have to forget and learn something more. In fact, you can only have the generic experience of school for only one reason, to move to higher education. And as education becomes more higher, more refined, there might be more inner things come up for you. Like, for instance, if you can start learning music, if you're learning music, you can maybe listen to notes. But once you're advancing towards the music, they will tell you, don't give me the notes, give me the melody. So maybe you're excellent, maybe you remember all the notes, but you can't compose the melody. And somebody will tell you, well, how do I compose amazing melody? And somebody say, well, you have to have a talent. You have to have inner vision how to do that. So just being perfect practitioner of generic religious idea does not make you a great devotee. But at the same time, if you don't learn some basic stuff, then who tells you can advance? Like if you can't even learn the basic stuff, right? So then you see so many people go to music school or movie school. How many become Steven Spielberg? How many become great? I mean, there's like, it's got to be thousands of people that want to become great movie director, right? It's got to be thousands of people that want to become a great composer. But what really showing that there are going to be few great composers, few great movie directors. But so what? Even if there are few great ones, you will achieve certain position by learning and accepting this. So in Krishna consciousness, it's not like you have to become the only exceptional devotee. No, you have to be practitioner, and according to Krishna's will, he will give you an opportunity, one life or another life. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, they're like, there's some stories they tell you in ISKCON. Oh, just chant Hare Krishna 16 rounds and you see Krishna in this life. And that's, that might happen by the grace of Prabhupada. And maybe there are numbers of devotees who do that, and really they will see Krishna in this life. But Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, what he's explaining is that you have to be mature. And according to your maturity, you'll take birth in certain universe. And according to that, inner spiritual feelings, you will achieve certain position in divine world. So not everything is simple. There's also Krishna consciousness for adults, and to become an adult does not mean you start smoking from the day of birth, or you're like, you put up sexy dress and go to dance. No, to become an adult means to become a mature and to grow towards your spiritual advancement. So that's what we're trying to do here. So it's 58 minutes. We try to stick to 1 hour. I think it was pretty good take today. Sometime we were sharing with devotees and seeing people, and we realized they're just like us. And for some other part, we spoke philosophy and a little theory. And I hope that also, inspired some people. Anybody wants to say something?
Dear friends, if you want to say something, please on your mic. We have Australian devotees, we have Scarlett Bloom, we have so much our friends from different countries. So Debbie from Australia, thank you very much, Maharaj. Very inspirational to see the land in Thailand. Dhanavat Pranam.
Well, I want to thank everyone for the opportunity for me to engage in little Harikatha and try to motivate myself as well as motivate all others. We hear a bunch of devotees here in the car, see behind me, in front of me. I'm not going to hear the Real, Ekadashi, Haridas driving. So we're in a good position, and we're moving towards hot spring in a rainy Asian night. So in the hot spring, we're going to be like monkeys sitting in the hot springs. And, sometimes when it's cold, it's nice to go hot spring in winter. I remember we enjoyed really amazing hot springs in Japan and also Abkhazia, where we have our ashram. We have really, really nice hot springs. So every time we come to Abkhazia with a group of devotees, evening, we go to hot springs and we have like hot, nice, experience looking at stars and moon and sitting in the hot springs, talking about things, get a little tea together, get a little fruit together. That actually is really, really nice. Something for like moving our heart towards love for each other, appreciation, human relation. And it's very important. That's why I love festivals. I love to make different events for people, because they're not just, I mean, I'm not saying online is very bad. I think online is wonderful that we can keep supporting each other, but get together for the service, cook together, sing together, work together. That's amazing. That's how we build our community in Russia, Ukraine, here, being together and celebrate Krishna consciousness together. So for those who is not having this opportunity, stay tuned, contact with devotees, see if you can locally participate in some service, or you can do a service from distance. You can help India, you can send some donation. You can come to India for festival. We're planning to do a festival in Kartika. We'll do Govardhana Vrindavan Parikrama, but some people can come earlier. They can come help, clean the rooms, prepare the rooms, and prepare the prasadam, and do some service in Govardhana Vrindavan. So there's lots of work for us to do during Kartika and Vrindavan, and if you prepare to do that, you can start today. You can start to plan your life. You can start saving your money. You can start thinking, hey, how I'm going to do this or that. Anyway, so that's all I was going to say. I want to thank everyone for the opportunity for me to preach in English. I'd like to speak. I'd like more meet with devotees and preach in English. I think there's a whole huge world in front of us. I think it's not just a group of like 500 or 5,000 people, fortunate people. I think Mahaprabhu movement must expand, and that's why all the crisis which we're facing right now, I believe the inner purpose of this crisis is to awake people towards changing their life and beliefs, and therefore, in spite of all the negative things, what it says in Srimad Bhagavatam, the sages, they knew how awful would be Kali Yuga, but they also knew that this Kali Yuga is a very, very special time for people to participate in Mahaprabhu Sankirtan. So we just have to go deeper and develop more appreciation, more faith, more necessity towards our spiritual life. So my Janavaprana Pranam, love you all. If anybody wants to call me or have any questions personally, don't hesitate to contact me. I'm always replying. My Telegram specifically, I do use Telegram. 99% of my communication. And if every one of you want to volunteer, participate, connect with Narayani, connect with guys from Vrindavan, connect with our Thai team, and do something locally. Don't just be accountant. I'm sure there'll be some local people that would appreciate Krishna consciousness. Okay, so my Janavaprana Pranam.